What is up, and welcome back. This is Law of Evolution, and thank you for joining me for episode 10 of Draw with Law. And this one is really special to me because this is for one of my guys. It's somebody that I grew up with, and I've always looked up to this cat, man. His work ethic is unbelievable. And the name of the company is Own Lane Customz, and the owner is Corey Thompson, one of these guys that I grew up with. Really look up to this guy, man. And he is a 1/25th scale stress-free car builder. He has enough images and photos of what he does that probably over the next few minutes here, I'll just splash some of the images up on the screen so you can get an idea of what type of business this is. But I had a lot of fun drawing this logo, guys. This was super dope. One of my favorites so far that I've put together. So this was really fun to do. It was based off of his previous logo that I kind of reworked. And so I had a lot of fun with this one. The motto for his company is one path, one road. Own Lane Customz. So I just really enjoyed this. It's one of the OGs from my city. As you can see, I'm putting this one together. This one, it wasn't too bad. I finished it in a couple days. It wasn't that difficult for me. I didn't take it over to Photoshop. This is something that I did completely in Illustrator, the text and everything. I wanted to leave this vectorized. There was no banners or anything like that I was going to put together. And this was just really fun to do. And so as I'm doing this and as I'm drawing it together, keep in mind it's a car. Okay, I'm just making a car. I don't know what type of car it is. I don't know what type of car I'm making. Yeah, I could have based it off of an actual car or one of his actual models, but nah. It was like, and I didn't even realize it as I was doing it. I was just like, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be a car. And I didn't. You know, it's like an old school. I don't know how to put it. It's just an old school classic. And as I was kind of moving through it, it was kind of right here at this point that I realized that the scale, like if I was gonna make it a particular vehicle, that the scale was already wrong, right? And so I was like, okay, once I take it over to Illustrator, I'll just, pull, one side of the hood over to the right, maybe make it, a little elongated and kind of fix it. But then I just decided to just, what? No, I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is. And so I was putting this together. I decided to not mess with the scale too much and just kind of leave it imperfect. And if you've seen the other Draw with Law episodes, I really like, all in all, I don't like perfect logos and perfect images. I don't like there to be mirror images, where you can just pretty much draw one half of the image and then just kind of copy paste it and split it, and then it's just geometrical all of a sudden. I don't do very many of those, period. And it's just something that I've kind of come accustomed to now, and now I kind of cling to it. And so it's kind of sticking to that hand-drawn feel and hand-drawn nature. I do like to try to make sure that the weight is appropriate, so there's not so much ink or printing or whatever you intend to do with it later, that it's not heavy on one side or heavy on the other side, or top heavy or bottom heavy or anything like that. And so I try to pay attention to the weight, but I don't like to mirror image anything. And so over the course of watching subsequent episodes of Draw with Law, you'll figure that out. You'll be able to tell very easily that that's just kind of what I like to do, and it's my style. You won't see any mirror images from me. And so once again, this is like one of my absolute favorites, man. I really like to get down and draw something different. I haven't done a logo like this before, and so it was just cool. I've drawn cars before a lot, of course, when I was younger. It was one of the many things that I did, and so this was just really fun to get in there. And this is kind of a style that I used to do previously. I really like those perspectives on the car to just kind of make, like, the front end look large, or the back end kind of look large, and the hood or the tail end to just kind of shrink back. And so this was just definitely fun. It was something I dove into like immediately. I finished it, like I said, in about 2 days, which is fast for me. And when I say 2 days, I'm kind of talking like, sessions of maybe 2 or 3 hours or something like that. The initial hand drawing of this took, I think, 2.5 hours. but I split it into a couple days. It was like 2.5 hours that I split into a couple days. And then the vectoring, when I took it over to Illustrator, that maybe ended up taking me about 5 hours or 6 hours or something like that. But I split that into 2 days as well. So there's not very much for me to say really about the drawing. I mean, it speaks for itself. Own Lane Customz is a customized car. You can see the hydraulic systems on there. You can definitely take a look at that. You know, the grill looks a little odd and custom, and of course, once again, this is not a real car in any sense. It's just a nice little whip with some hydros on it. So I'm not going to talk your ear off. The episode is probably about 10 or 11 minutes or something like that. So even though it's longer than the last maybe 1 or 2 episodes that I've done that are like smaller logos or simplified logos, it's a little more complex. But I just had a lot of fun doing it, bro. And I hope to get the opportunity to do something like this again. And so once again, please come back. Check out new episodes. I'm cranking them out, guys. I'm cranking them out. I'll be doing some live streaming and having some fun probably over the weekend. But during the week, I'm just cranking these out and just having as much fun as humanly possible. So make sure you come back. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will catch you guys on the next one.